It's 4:30 right now on this early edition of Apple Valley News Now at 5. The Yakama County Board of Commissioners voting to ask the coroner to resign. Also ahead, we are learning more about Washington State's Initiative 2109. What does it mean and how it impacts you? Plus, nearing containment, firefighters battling the Tiger Creek fire in Walla Walla County make huge progress in the fight. Stacy?
And a gorgeous warm day, but big changes are on the way. I'll tell you all about them coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now, Special Edition, on your side.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for this special early edition of Apple Valley News Now before the NFL. I'm Austin Reed. First up, the Yakama County Board of Commissioners voting to sign a letter requesting coroner Jim Curtis resign from his office immediately. This comes as Curtis is under investigations for tampering with evidence, making false statements, and official misconduct. Authorities say he claimed for several weeks someone tried to poison him with drugs. However, police say they have evidence the story was just made up. The letter from the commissioners says that this board no longer trusts Curtis and his abilities to perform his duty as coroner. Commissioner Amanda McKinney says she believes this is the right step.
I believe that because there is, rather unfortunately, such a distrust at times in government and elected officials, that when there is activity that happens or behaviors that are demonstrated that have caused the public's confidence to falter, that it is our responsibility to call those out.
All commissioners approved the letter. To learn more about the information behind the investigation into Curtis, we have a link right now at applevalleynewsnow.com where you can catch up. New information in the fight against the Tiger Creek fire burning near Milton Freewater. The fire remains at 534 acres, but containment has increased to 73%, with about 350 firefighting resources still assigned. Crews say they have achieved containment on the Low Creek Ridge portion of the fire in steep and difficult terrain. Line construction is also now complete, and hose lays are being removed in areas of containment.
Everything's looking good on the fire. We've changed our control objectives to keeping the fire within the existing perimeter, so we don't expect any further spread. Maybe a couple of little rollouts out here in the Division Echo area sometime, but nothing major expected. The weather and fire behavior expected for the next 3 to 5 days is very moderating.
Roads crews have also repaired and improved Mill Creek Road as well as the bridge leading to the fire area. Road repair will continue up the 65 road to the fire over the next several days. The fire danger forecast for Benton County residents is now moderate, and that's until further notice. Officials do point out, though, that no residential burning is permitted within the various city limits and their adjacent areas. Moderate level means some wildfires may be expected, and people should expect moderate flame length and rate of spread. But control is usually not difficult and light to moderate for the mop-up. Now, for deeper clarification regarding burning restrictions, you can contact the Benton Clean Air Agency. It is a brand new week, and it was a warm one today, but will that continue? First Alert, Stacy Lee joining us live from our Weather Center with a quick look at our forecast. Hey there, Stacy.
Yeah, check it out, Austin. 80 degrees right now on our Legends Casino Skycam. Nice and warm, beautiful weekend, beautiful Monday. Things are a-changing, however, as we go forward. Now you'll start to see some increasing clouds, but look at the temperatures around the area. Still everybody in the mid and upper 70s. Again, the warm spot here in the Tri-Cities, 80 degrees. Weather pattern, though, here's the shift over the next couple of days. Some rain up in British Columbia, but we'll see it starting to move in across the Olympic Peninsula, Cascade Mountains. This is a cold front that's going to move across our area, bringing colder air and rain showers coming our way. We've got two systems lining up. As far as temperatures go tonight, we're going to be in the 40s and 50s. Look for a little bit of fog on I-90 near the Ellensburg area tonight. Showers beginning across the Cascades. And on Indigenous Peoples Day, we've got a calm, cool night ahead. Showers and breezy winds Tuesday, Wednesday being the bigger portion of that, with more rain and even more intense winds. Much cooler temperatures temperatures as we head toward the end of the week and our first major mountain snowfall. I'll tell you how much and where we expect to see that. Austin?
Stacy, we'll see you soon. Now to an update on a missing person in Grant County. Authorities say Richard Smith, the fisherman who has been missing since October the 3rd, has been located. Authorities say Smith's body was recovered from O'Sullivan Reservoir on Sunday afternoon. They say they found the body after it came to the surface near where his tackle box and other gear was found last weekend. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it notified Smith's family and they plan on giving a new update sometime later today. The cause of death will be determined at a later date. Well, imagine you are 80 years old, you're supporting your family all alone, and you get your hours cut back at work. This happened to a Wenatchee man. Michael's coworker, Lucky Farr, says the 80-year-old has been looking for a second job now that his hours got cut. Farr tells us since Michael is from France, he wasn't able to get enough in Social Security to pay the bills. Farr says that his story pulled at her heartstrings, so she started posting on her TikTok telling people about his story. She also has started a GoFundMe page.
I think it goes deeper than just people who know him. I think everybody knows somebody in his situation, and it's pulling at everybody's heartstrings. You know, everybody knows some old person in the work field because their Social Security doesn't pay enough.
Farr says Michael is thankful for everyone's generosity and he has newfound energy. Right now, the GoFundMe sits at over $45,000. Another local GoFundMe has been organized, this for a young man who was involved in a motorcycle accident last night in Pasco. The rider was driving down Road 44 with the right-of-way when a vehicle drove out of Desert Plateau Drive and onto Road 44. The man flew 50 feet off his bike and landed on the pavement. Doctors say they will either have to amputate his leg or the rider will have to go through extensive surgeries to restore that leg. To find how you can help, go to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. We are just a few weeks away from the general election, and some of the ads you have been seeing constantly on television is the initiatives in Washington. Vote yes, vote no. Well, we've got just the facts for you to decide on your own. Initiative 2109, if passed, will repeal the 7% capital gains excise tax. The tax is on sales and exchanges of long-term capital assets by people with gains over $250,000. We're talking about stocks, businesses, land, and homes, as long as the value on these things increases. If you vote yes to repeal, that means you want to stop from being taxed on those gains. But if you vote no and keep the tax in place,
this fall, you face a decision that will shape our state's future. By voting yes on I-2109, we will repeal the capital gains income tax and reaffirm Washington's status as a beacon for innovation and economic growth.
This is one of those initiatives we first told you about earlier this election season, where voting yes means no and voting no means yes. We are going to break this all down coming up tonight on Apple Valley News Now after the game. In Yakama, the City Council proclaimed this past Saturday, October 12th, to be Staff Sergeant Jack J Pendleton Day in the city of Yakama. The council says it is for his heroism as Yakama's only Medal of Honor recipient. VFW Post 379 also held a ceremony on Saturday morning at Tahoma Cemetery to mark the 80th anniversary of his very brave actions. Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now, special edition, we have a local art beat report for you. Plus,
millions of dollars in federal aid now going to Florida in the wake of Hurricane Milton. I'm Rena Roy, and I'll have more on the recovery effort coming up.
And as we leave you to break, a live picture from our Bimart Skycam in Yakama. Stacy returns with your full new work week first alert weather forecast. Hang in there.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Do frozen screens make your heart melt? Do buffering wheels give you butterflies? Didn't think so. You should meet Ziply Fiber. It's faster, it's friendlier, it's fiber. Ziply is fiber optic internet. That means no lag and no buffering. Gotta love it. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
It's the fall savings event at Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company. Get 10% off custom buildings and mention this ad to get an additional $250 in free options. That's right. From now until the end of the month, get 20% off all our in-stock inventory. We offer free and fast delivery, and we're committed to unbeatable quality and service. Come visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company for the best deals of the season.
Sleep well, because research shows that women who get less than 6 hours of sleep each night have a greater risk of breast cancer. Learn more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prosser Memorial Health, now scheduling mammograms with your health and safety in mind. This is how we care.
Allen's gonna take it. Touchdown. What an answer by Buffalo. Rodgers half wide open. Touchdown.
The Bills and the Jets tonight at 5, Apple Valley News Now. Weekday mornings on Apple Valley News Now.
I know what we're doing.
We're getting you ready. Oh, you're going to know first.
About the breaking news that affects you.
Plus, first alert weather, helping you plan and keeping you safe.
And what happened overnight in the Northwest.
And across America.
That's how we do mornings.
So you're ready to take on the day.
Good morning, Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest.
And good morning, America.
Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, and good morning, America. The most watched morning news on local TV.
Now that's good.
Apple Valley News Now is home to great shows like Shark Tank, Jimmy Kimmel, and Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side. Buffalo battles the New York Jets tonight at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
This special edition is back with the Art Beat. ESD 123 Arts program is now offering support to students with complex needs and the teachers who work with them through artistry and different art forms in the classroom. The Dream Building Education Foundation has been awarded a $10,000 grant to support ESD's 123 Artful Response to a Tiered Support Program by STCU. This is the second year that the arts program is being offered. K through 12 programs around the 23 school districts ESD 123 serves, as well as all the ECAP programs served in the region, actually benefit from this program. District officials say all the activities they do connect with each grade level's standards of learning.
In the early learning, we apply them to the same standards that we use in teaching strategies. So we're always aligning the activity with social emotional learning, appropriate fine motor skills for that age group, and then with upper grades, just appropriate expressions. Could be in writing, and the arts isn't just visual arts. It's everything from dance, theater, music, things like that.
Since August of 2024, the arts program has helped reach 406 educators, 100 administrators, 67 community practitioners, 59 families, and 470 students. The southern portion of the United States is still recovering from the devastating hurricanes. The Red Cross says it has thousands of volunteers working with people affected by both storms. Ted Beener is a public affairs volunteer with the Red Cross of Washington State. He says they are still in need of all types of blood. The Red Cross has already shipped blood to the Southeast, and they need to fill up the blood supply in the Pacific Northwest.
More blood is going to be needed in the Southeast in the coming days, weeks, and months. So the donation effort for blood needs to continue as we head deeper into this fall.
Now, Beener also says another way of helping is by making financial donations. He says those contributions go towards sending volunteers to help with food and places to stay for those volunteers. Well, now to the recovery from Hurricane Milton. Hundreds of thousands are still without power across Florida. The Biden administration promising hundreds of millions of dollars in aid. The president touring the devastation over the weekend. ABC's Rena Roy has more on the latest update on the recovery effort.
It's been almost a week since Milton hit, and still so many people are without power, and entire neighborhoods remain flooded. President Biden vowing to help with millions of dollars in federal funding.
5 days after Milton making landfall, some neighborhoods still underwater, like this one in Pasco County, Florida. Streets turned to rivers, people using boats to get around, paddling through the roadways. In Hernando County, water levels still rising. Authorities issuing voluntary evacuations along this river where many homes are already inundated.
I just looked at the flood gauge and it looks like we're at about 18 feet and it's predicted to go to 19 feet. So they certainly need to take action now, and if they're concerned about their safety, they need to evacuate.
Hundreds of thousands still without power.
Florida Power and Light is saying that by the end of the day Wednesday, they anticipate just about everybody will be restored to power.
Communities trying to move forward and rebuild together.
Community is the best part, though. Everybody helping each other.
Gordon Akerson, who lives in Lakeland, Florida, says part of his home was swallowed into the ground by a sinkhole.
I saw all the drywall on top of my car, and I said, oh my God, the roof collapsed. I thought it was a leak. And then I ran in the garage, but I got to the doorway and saw that the whole garage wasn't there.
Gas still running low in some areas, but deliveries have been arriving to help keep up with demand. President Biden vowing to help with $94 million in federal funding after surveying the widespread destruction over the weekend.
It's in moments like this we come together to take care of each other, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as Americans. Americans who need help.
Milton hit less than 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene. Up to 100,000 homes and businesses in North Carolina are still without running water, and it could take weeks to fully restore service.
Now, as a result of these back-to-back storms, analysts predict home insurance rates could potentially rise across the country. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And by the way, parts of North Carolina, like Asheville, are still without power. But that's from Hurricane Helene.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And big changes in the forecast. Sunny, warm, beautiful weekend, beautiful Monday with temperatures at 75 degrees. We've already dropped 5 degrees. We have a cold front moving in, and that's going to shift our weather. 6-mile-an-hour winds this evening. Our sunset at 6:11. Here's the weather pattern. We have an upper level track that's going to move on. And it's going to bring us rain showers. Eugene, Portland, the west side of the state, and just kind of on the edge of Tri-Cities, but we are going to see some rain. We're expecting it tomorrow, at least in the Tri-Cities after about 8 o'clock. Earlier in the day, Ellensburg, Yakama, Hermiston, and Walla Walla tomorrow evening. Here's what Futurecast shows us today. Again, we'll see those clouds starting to pick up and move in tonight. Here's that first big band of showers tomorrow evening. Ellensburg, Yakama. It's a little behind from what we think on this model, but it does move on in down the lower valley into the Columbia Basin, Hermiston, Heppner, Tri-Cities, all the way to Connell, and eventually making its way east of Walla Walla. Then the next system, it's set up, ready to move in. This one a little more intense, a little more scattered, but it's going to bring snow showers to the Cascades, our first substantial snow there in for the season so far, with some scattered showers through the area. Again, we see that picking up a little bit more intense as you get into Wednesday night. That's the snow we're talking about Wednesday evening through the area, Ellensburg and north, the northern portion of the Cascades, and on the east slopes here just outside of Yakima. So we're going to see our first snowflakes hitting the mountains, mainly above 3,500 feet for most of our areas, impacting Stevens Pass, Blewett Pass. Should be okay across Snoqualmie Pass, although we could see a few flakes there as well. White Pass seeing some snow 5 o'clock on Friday, and the first potential snow coming in on Thursday. Let's take a look at those overnight lows tonight. We're going to be in the 40s and 50s. 50 tonight for Yakima, 46 in Sunnyside. Columbia Basin looking good. You'll have 50 degrees tonight in Hermiston, 49 Tri-Cities, 48 in Prosser, and the foothills of the Blues. We're in the 40s and 50s there as well. Let's take a peek at our daylight tomorrow. Partly sunny, warm with those showers moving in the evening. We'll see most of us staying in the lower 70s, so a good 7 or 8 degrees lower than we were for today. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. There's a transition day Tuesday where we see a light chance of showers increasing on Wednesday and Thursday. And also you'll see those winds picking up as those systems move through the area. A little more active in the Ellensburg area with some gusty winds on Wednesday. We could see potentially 40-mile-an-hour or so gusts along with rain showers. And look at those chilly overnight lows down in the 30s at the freezing level. Tri-City staying just above the freezing level on Thursday night, but we are definitely cooling down, and I could feel it this morning for sure. Breezy winds and rain potentially on and off throughout the week. Even into the weekend, temperatures go from the 70s into the 60s and then down to the 50s in the Walla Walla area with 35 degrees between Thursday and Friday night. That's that next front moving in. Breezy winds for Hermiston on Wednesday, Thursday with rain, and again temperatures dropping down into the 30s. So I was telling you guys last week about the fall foliage is definitely going to really ramp up, and you're going to see some vibrant colors this week, but you are going to want to bundle up.
For sure.
Yes.
Get those jackets out.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Stacy. Up next on Apple Valley News Now Special Edition, we have today's Spotlight. It comes to us from a Pendleton area animal shelter.
Aren't you just a spoonful of sugar?
Young Sheldon, tonight at 11:05. Apple Valley News Now.
Women, were you exposed to dactyl while you were pregnant? Infant birth defects are caused by this toxic weed killer used in farming, landscaping, and gardening. As a result, the EPA has asked agricultural workers to stop using dactyl, also known as DCPA. If you or your child was injured by dactyl, protect your rights for compensation. Call Whites and Luxembourg today at 917-LAWYERS to learn more. That's 917-LAWYERS.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Let Quantum Legal protect you and be your champion on the legal battleground. Whether it's a fight for justice in the face of criminal accusations, personal injury claims, or workplace accidents, Quantum Legal is your unwavering ally. An aggressive offense is your greatest defense. Quantum Legal is the sword and shield you've been seeking. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
By Buffalo. Rodgers half wide open, touchdown.
The Bills and the Jets tonight at 5. Apple Valley News Now. Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC like Grey's Anatomy, 911, and Abbott Elementary. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
One great idea can change your life.
That's what Shark Tank does. That's the American dream right there.
This calling is for my kids.
What you've done is remarkable.
I'm going to make you an offer.
One of the most innovative things I've seen in my life.
This could be our biggest deal ever.
Emmy-winning Shark Tank season premiere Friday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Check this out. It's time for the Spotlight. The Empty the Shelters adoption event is ongoing, and the Pendleton Animal Shelter wants to give a big thank you to the Bissell Pet Foundation. Over the weekend, 6 animals found their forever homes thanks to the campaign. It ends on October 15th. The quick reminder, if you have an idea for the Spotlight, just send me an email. Final weather is next.
Buffalo battles the New York Jets tonight at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Fall into $140,000 in cash and prizes this autumn at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. We're giving away up to $13,000 in cash and prizes every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Then fall into $10,000 cash during the semi-grand prize drawing on Saturday, October 26th. Keep playing in November for your chance to drive away in a brand new Kia Telluride on November 23rd. Jumpstart your fall at Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
It's the last game on the road before the Kraken return home. The team's headed to Nashville, and you can watch with us for free. Kraken Predators. Pre-game at 4:30 p.m. Tuesday on Apple Valley News Now.
DeLynne's Boutique is a lifestyle boutique that offers locally sourced and established brand items. We feature men's and women's styles with a fresh approach to your look. DeLynne's Boutique brings style that is approachable yet unique, so you can look and feel your best no matter what room you are walking into. Our house brand, Life on the Water, is locally inspired, designed, and printed in Kennewick, Washington. DeLynne's is located in the Marineland Plaza in Kennewick, next to the Village Bistro. You can also shop easily online at delynnes.com.
Usually when people knock on your doors, they're trying to sell you something, but we're actually here to give you money.
D-Sam's is this month's winner of Volunteers Count.
We have fosters throughout the Tri-Cities. We have about 50 total, and so my home is usually the home where all the animals come in to sort of do, our intakes.
STCU honors volunteers in our community. To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC, like Dancing with the Stars, The Golden Bachelorette, and the all-new High Potential. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC, and just added the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon on your side.
Allen's going to take it. Touchdown. What an answer by Buffalo. Rodgers half wide open. Touchdown.
The Bills and the Jets tonight at 5, Apple Valley News Now.
Do you see?
Police!
High Potential is your next obsession.
Yes!
Caitlin Olsen is fantastic.
I'm just out here super copping.
And Tuesday.
You okay? It's my girls. Their father was supposed to drop them off last night. He never showed up.
Do you see this? Her girls were holding this in one of the pictures I saw.
I know who took the girls.
High Potential, new Tuesday on ABC.
And welcome back. Now, we know we love the viewer photo of the day, but how about a puppy? This is my new little puppy named Sunday, or Sunny for short. It was Bring Your Puppy to Work Day.
She's so beautiful.
She's been having a good time. Plus, we're matching.
Yes, we're all matching, apparently.
All right, dude, let's take a look at that viewer photo of the day. Beautiful Terrace Heights photo from my home. Thank you to Peggy in Yakama for sharing that photo. Remember to get your weather photo on TV. The QR code on the right side of your screen. Just snap that with your phone, or simply go to applevalleynewsnow.com. All right, let's talk about the bottom line. Pretty clear, pretty calm tonight, but things are a-changing. Now, we still stay we're still warm tomorrow in the 70s, but cooler than today. Then get ready for a rainy couple of days and gusty winds along with those showers. Big cool down, and yes, we even see some snow in those mountain passes, so you're gonna have to start checking those pass reports. I hope they're up and going already. Yeah. That's what it looks like out the door tomorrow. We could see a little bit of fog in the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities area, Yakama in the morning, so be prepared for that as well. You'll peel off those layers later in the day. A quick sneak peek at that 7-day planning forecast. There's the rain showers, Austin, and those cooler temperatures for the next couple days. So,
well, I'm Austin Reed for Stacy Lee, and Sunday, enjoy the NFL. That's next, and we'll be back after that.
Have a good night.